What's the word, my good people? What's up? What's up? This is gonna be a quick video because I'm a little behind schedule. It's already almost fucking 4 o'clock, and normally when I do these videos, I try to do them like as soon as I woke up, but I wasn't home this morning, so I'm a little behind schedule. So yeah, man. Oh, this week has been like a real mental. I need a haircut. A real mental game. That's the best way to put it. This week has been a real mental game, but I'm gonna get to that later, and I may even play some unreleased shit. But we'll see. We'll see what's up. Damn, what episode are we on? I don't even know what episode this is. I'm tripping, bro. Oh nah. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. So we're on episode 3. So now we're on 4. And the fourth reality for this week is the best and most effective support will come from people you've never met in your life. And that's facts. The best support, like the strongest support, will come from people who literally live across the fucking world who don't even know who you are. They will rock with your shit harder than anybody in your hometown. I kid you not. I've had people from South Africa, South Africa, hit me up and tell me how much they love my music. I've had people from France. I've had people from fucking Colombia. Like it's yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? And like most of the people who have been attached to my work, who have verbally told me or sent me messages like, "Yo, your shit is crazy, bro. I'm a huge fan." Da, 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 da. You know, there was a gentleman on the first video that I did, and if you're watching this, my brother, love, man, you are the GOAT. But he commented on my video and he was like, "Yo, I'm a big fan, bro. Like I can't wait to see your growth. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to see what you do." And that really touched a spot in my heart, that because like I've never had anybody tell me that before. You know what I mean? Like, "Yo, I'm a big fan of your music." And then when I look back on my other previous music videos, this guy has been commenting on all my shit. "Yo, this shit is fire. Yo, this shit is fire. Yo, this shit is fire." You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I feel like the most supportive people will always be people that you don't even know. You've never even met face to face. You know what I mean? As opposed to people who are close to you, who, like I said in the last video, they only see that smaller version of you. They don't see the highest version of you. They don't see the version of you that's flying through the clouds and at the top of the mountain and you got the crown on. You know what I'm saying? You the king, you the queen, whatever. They don't see that version. They see the version that they're used to. You know what I mean? Excuse me. As opposed to someone who's just now finding you, you know, whether it's somebody in your hometown who you don't know, somebody in your state that you don't know, somebody in your country, somebody across the world that you don't even know. You know what I mean? They see you as that artist because that's their first impression of you. If I open up my phone and I come across an R&B artist or a rapper and his music is just phenomenal to me, that's my first what's the first impression of him. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I see. I see his artist version. I see the version of him that's excelling, excelling, excelling. That's the version of you that these people who you don't even know who support your shit see. You understand what I'm saying? It's not like your peers and shit where, like I said, they see you as the little nigga. You know what I'm saying? They see you as equal with them. No. The people who you've never met, who support your shit day in and day out, they see you up there. You know what I'm saying? Because they already saw you on your they found you when you were on your ascent. The people closest to you knew you before you was doing all of this. So they knew you when you was broke, when you was, you know what I'm saying, single, everything. They knew you when you was at the lowest, and that's how they see you. That's ingrained in their head. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Yeah. It sucks, but It's the reality of an upcoming artist. So what can you really do? But yeah, man. Like I said in the beginning of the video, this week has been very, very interesting. I'm gonna start off with saying I've had this idea in my head that I've always wanted to go to LA and live in LA. Ever since I first started music, like I don't know, just something about LA was just like that place, you know what I'm saying? Like that place that like I need to get there. Like how some actors, like you might have an actor or actress from fucking West Bubblefuck Idaho or West Bubblefuck Wisconsin or some shit, and how they sometimes will come to New York or you know what I'm saying? Like I've seen a lot of stories of like big artists and shit like that who've left their hometown in search of finding themselves and pursuing their passions. And you know, I genuinely feel like that's something that I need. You know what I mean? Like a lot of my favorite artists did the same thing. I'm not saying it's gonna work the same way for me, but it's one of those situations where you won't know until you try. You know what I mean? J. Cole left Fayetteville, North Carolina, came to Jamaica, Queens. Doechii left where she was at in Florida, came to New York. You know what I'm saying? Um, Even Michael Jackson left Gary, Indiana, came out to LA. You know what I mean? So again, like I said, how they got their success is different for everybody. You know what I mean? So my success might not be like Michael's, or might not be like Cole's, or might not be like Kanye's or Drake's, because these are artists who have left their hometown, went to other places, and blew up. You know what I mean? But like I said, it's one of those situations where you never know. You know what I mean? I'm a firm believer in and if the idea comes to you, it's for a reason. You know what I mean? And I don't think that the idea to move to Cali and to pursue my dreams out there just came for no reason. I don't believe that. I think it was a reason why that idea popped up in my head when it did, how it did, and so on and so forth. You know? Now, what is waiting for me in California specifically? I have no fucking clue. None whatsoever. But what I do know is that one, New York has nothing to offer me no more. I'm tired of New York. There's nothing. There's just it's nothing to offer me. You know what I'm saying? There's just I don't nah. It's just disgusting. You know what I mean? Two, I'm too comfortable here. You know what I mean? I feel like in order to really touch success, you need to step out of the nest. Oh, that's a bar. Hold on. Oh, that's a bar. In order to touch success, you got to step out the nest. And that's real shit. You know what I mean? Being home, being in your hometown, where you grew up at, the house you grew up in, the room you grew up in, it's like it makes you too comfortable. It makes you too stagnant and just like, you know what I'm saying? And me personally, I don't like being comfortable. I think comfortability, I probably said this in one of my last videos, I don't know, but comfortability, I think, is the biggest enemy of success. The biggest enemy of success. Once you feel like once you feel like you're too comfortable in a situation, once you're comfortable, it's like if I'm here and I'm comfortable, I don't need to go any higher. You know what I mean? I'm here. I'm comfortable. I don't need to go nowhere else. I'm perfectly fine right here. No, that's not me. You know what I mean? And you know, I've told people about this Cali trip and whatnot. Cali trip. Oh, see, you got to take that word out of my head. This Cali move. And of course, you know, I've gotten hit with it's expensive out there. How you gonna afford rent? You gotta get a car. How you gonna get a job? What's there in California? Ba-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da. I've gotten hit with all of it. You know what I mean? And one thing a friend of mine, a very close friend of mine, which is the person who I'm actually moving to Cali with, not moving, because he's already in Cali, but I'm moving in with him. One of my best friends. Um, he told me that, and when he was telling me this, he wasn't saying it like from my perspective. He was saying it from his perspective when he moved out there. He was saying, my mom's not going to understand what I'm doing. My sister's not gonna understand what I'm doing. My girl's not gonna understand what I'm doing. Nobody's gonna understand me moving to Cali. It's not going to make sense to them. But as long as I understand it, you understand what I'm saying? As long as I understand it, that's the most important part. Because everyone else might not understand it. And because of that, if your mindset is not strong enough, that their mentalities will pull you down. You understand what I'm saying? And I even feel it now when I'm trying to like just scrape up bread and do whatever I possibly can to get out to fucking Los Angeles, California. But it's like there's always some banana peel that I'll always encounter and slip and bust my ass on. Then I gotta get up and, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, this goes back to what I was saying about, the third reality. Family and friends don't see the superstar version of you. It's I don't know, man. It's a weird scenario because it's like I've had people tell me, "Yo, like if that's what you need to do that." And I've had people tell me, "Oh, well, what about here? What if you can't afford rent? You don't have a car. Well, what are you gonna do about that? And what if you this? And what if that?" And that shit does weigh on my mental a lot because it puts my subconscious mind in a state of what if it doesn't work out? You know what I mean? And when my mind is locked into that state, then it's going to feed me every reason why it's not going to work out, which will ultimately cause it not to work out. You know what I mean? Like programming your subconscious mind and training your mind to give you the results that you want is a very, 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 very hard thing. And that's why I always stress you have to have like a mentality tough as nails to really even get shit done in this life. Excuse me, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? And like that this is something that's gonna happen, and of course I'll keep you guys updated and whatnot on the whole process. But yeah, I firmly believe that Los Angeles is calling my name, and like I said, I don't know what the fuck is out there. I don't know who's out there. I don't know anything. All I know is my best friend lives in California, in LA. That's all I know. Everything else, I'm going in blind and praying for the best. You know what I'm saying? And which is crazy because it just made me think of this. In the book, The Artist's Way, Julia Cameron, she has this quote. I don't know if it's her quote or if she quoted somebody else, but the quote goes like this: leap and the net will appear. Just leap and the net will appear right there. Don't worry about, damn, if I fall, I might drown, or if I fall, I might fucking pancake myself. Just leap and the net will be right there. And that's something that I think has been a very, very, very important instrument in me trying to get this whole move done. You know what I mean? Because like I said, Cali has been something that's been on my mind for a minute, man. A minute, you know what I mean? And it's like when I had that conversation with my boy, he made me realize like there's no going back home when you come out here, bro. Because I had this mentality of, you know, if it doesn't work out, cool. At least you know what I mean? At least I tried it. You know what I mean? And if I have to come back home, then at least I know what to do next time. And he told me, he was like, yo, bro, do me a favor. Take that mentality out your head that you're going to come back and you're going to struggle and you're going to fuck shit up and you're going to fall flat on your face. Take that out your head. He literally told me, he was like, yo, when I came out here, like, God forbid anything happened, I was ready to work a motherfucking McDonald's job just to make sure I stay out here. I'm not going, because he's from Delaware. I'm not going back to Delaware. That's what he told me. He's like, I'm not going back. You know what I mean? And lo and behold, he's out there fucking thriving right now. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's just one of those things where I just got to take that leap of faith, man. And the net will appear, man. That's really it. You know? I had to take a break from doing this project for a little bit because I feel like I had a good week or two where I was like constantly getting ideas out, getting ideas out, getting ideas out, getting ideas out, and then I kind of just hit like a block almost, you know what I mean? And I've realized that there's nothing wrong with taking breaks, you know what I mean? Just stepping back for a little bit and just letting yourself, oh, look, this is too bright in here, and just letting yourself, you know what I mean, recoup and recharge, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. And I think that, and I think that that's one thing that I really had to ingrain in myself because it would make me feel like, okay, I had a whole week of making music, a whole week of doing productive shit, and now I have a whole week where I can't even get a fucking lyric out, or I just don't, you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with taking a break for that week, having an on week and having an off week, having 2 on weeks and having 1 off week. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Like the thing that I've realized, I'm gonna read something from this book. What I've realized about being a creative and being an artist is that there's really no timestamp on when you're supposed to make it. You know what I'm saying? What she said? Oh, here we go. 'Cause I literally highlighted it. She said, growth is an erratic forward movement. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And then she says, you are capable of, and it's funny because I read this. This is week 3. And after I had that thought that popped up in my head, like, yo, you need to take a break, this pops up in the freaking chapter. And she says, you are capable of great things on Tuesday, but on Wednesday, you might slide back. Oh, shit. Oh, damn. My fault. You are capable of great things on Tuesday, but on Wednesday, you may slide backward. This is normal. Growth occurs in spurts. You will lie dormant sometimes, but do not be discouraged. Think of it as resting. Very often, a week of insights will be followed by a week of sluggishness. And that right there really, really like just busted my mind open. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of artists, they put this pressure on themselves. Yo, I gotta get this done, I gotta get this done, I gotta get this done, I gotta get this done. Without realizing that your creativity is like a well, and if you have nothing to pull from it, you're gonna be scraping for whatever little piece that you can get, and then at that point, the art is not. It has no umph. It has no substance to it. You know what I'm saying? So I wrote like a lot of songs for this project. You know what I mean? And the what's the word I'm looking for? The pace that I was working at for this project was probably like the fastest pace I've ever worked on since I started doing music, believe it or not. And like I said, it just got to a point where I kind of just felt mentally exhausted. It's almost like you're working out every day for a week straight. No, not even a week straight, for 2 weeks straight. After a while, your body's just gonna be like, yo, like, chill, bro. You know what I mean? Like, let's chill. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing with your mind and how your creativity works. After a while, if you keep on working that muscle, hold up. I don't like this light. Working that muscle, eventually your mind is just gonna be like, yo, chill out. And creativity gonna be like, yo, chill out. Like, you don't gotta go crazy. You know what I mean? But yeah, the project is definitely still happening and whatnot. I just had to take some time off a little bit, and then with the whole California shit, it's like, you know what I mean? It's a lot right now, and I can honestly say like this year alone, especially well, this is March, especially like the month of February up until now, I've had this really weird spiritual awakening in a sense. You know what I mean? It's like I don't see a lot of things like how I did before. And I spoke about that briefly in the last video that I had posted. The video, it was titled, fuck, what was the title? I think I just had Divine Realization. That's what the title was. And pretty much I was just saying like it feels like a lot of things that are happening in my life right now are for a divine purpose. You know what I mean? Just like the setbacks, the setbacks, the achievements, the opportunities, the just everything. It's just it feels like my life is being prepped for something divine. I don't even want to say something great or something magnificent, for something divine. You know what I mean? And yeah, man. I don't know. I don't really know if I have anything else to say. That was really all I wanted to say. I don't want to have to force anything out. But yeah, man. This Cali thing is gonna work out. I don't know what's in California. I don't know who's in California, but I know my next step is in California, somewhere there, and I won't know until I just pick myself up and go. That's literally the only option right now. And also, too, I think LA will be good for me because it'll put me in a position where you have no time to bullshit. You have no time to party. You have no time to drink and smoke and hang out and go explore the sights and shit. No, you have no time for that. The minute your foot touches the LAX pavement, you need to hit the ground running. You know what I'm saying? There's no time to bullshit. You had enough of that while you was in New York. There's no time for that. Now you're in a new setting, a new environment, a new everything. It's time to get busy. You know what I'm saying? And like I'm so excited. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm so excited, but I'm so scared. I'm scared just as much as I'm excited. I'm excited because I'm getting thrown in the fire. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to expect when I go out there. And I think the same reasons why I'm excited are the same reasons why I'm scared. You know what I mean? Cuz it's like what if I do end up meeting someone who changes my life? Like what if everything does work out? And it's crazy because that's actually something I wanted to talk about and I wrote it down. I wrote it down. Where is it at? Oh, here we go. Here we go. I had put we always wonder what if it doesn't work, but never what if it does work. You know what I mean? And I think the what if it does work is what's driving me to go to California, and the what if it doesn't work is what's scaring me. You know what I mean? Because like, what if I go out to LA and everything fucking works? You never know. You won't know. What if I go to LA and nothing works? You never know. But I need to go out there and find out. That's what I do know. That's one thing I know for a fact. I'm not gonna know whether shit is popping or not, whether shit is good or not, by staying here where I'm at in Jamaica, Queens. I'm not. It's this no. No, I need to take that leap and take that fucking sacrifice and get the hell out there and figure out what's up. That's it. Um yeah, man, like I said, I don't wanna like overdo this video and just start rambling and whatnot. Cause I feel like I'm kinda entering that space right now. So I'm gonna play y'all some unreleased music from the project. Um, Actually, I'll play this one. This one is cool. I like this song. Here we go. Oh wait, no. Actually, I'm gonna play it from my speaker. Hold on one second. Play it from my speaker. That way you guys can hear it a little louder. Funny story about this speaker. I actually stole this from somebody's college dorm. They had a fucking party in their college dorm years ago when I was back in high school, and I found this, and I was like super drunk, and I was like, mine. It must have been some Asian kid because the language is in Chinese, or not Chinese. I'm sorry, in Mandarin. I guess Chinese. I don't know, but yeah, it's a cool ass speaker. Let me play this joint right here real quick for y'all. All right, what are we doing? What the hell is going on? Yeah, man.
无法找到移动设备，已准备好连接，已连接。
The goat's iPhone.
The goat's iPhone. That's what I have my. That's what I saved my phone as. Oh no, yeah, that's what I have on my phone. I saved the goat speaker. That's the name of this, and on my phone is the goat's iPhone. But all right, let's play this joint right here. This one is called "Let There Be Light." So, hold on.
I have to say this. I think I'm a special one.
I said it's hard to see the truth when your life is built off of lies. When the angels that swore protection, the devil's dressed in disguise. When Satan sits on my shoulder and gives me the things that I needed to self-destruct. He looked me right in my eyes and told me, my child, if you ever need me, just hit that dial. I heard your cries whenever you ready. Just hit my line, and so I did. The money and fame in exchange for fear. Then I had a dream that I fell into darkness and didn't live. I'm gone, yeah. Just waiting for the sunlight. Hey. Waiting for the sun just cause I got some demons that's affecting my life. You can't see in my eyes, so I gotta make the song cry.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Alright, that's it. But yeah, like I said before, that was these are all just demos and whatnot. These aren't like actual finished final products. So, yeah, what I think I'm gonna do is once I get to LA, I'm gonna find a studio that has the proper equipment that I'm looking for to record this project, which should not be difficult at all. And then yeah, I'm gonna get that shit done, bro. Cause I don't wanna. Yeah, it's like all my money has to be put into this move. You know what I'm saying? Like literally every dime. I don't even have money to like record the fucking project here. You know what I'm saying? I'd much rather just wait until I get out there to do it. But yeah, man. Like I said, I'm gonna keep y'all updated with this whole process and whatnot. That was a piece of work off the project. I hope you guys heard it because I was playing off the speaker, so I hope y'all heard it. But yeah, man. Leap in the net will appear. Love y'all. Peace.